for bringing her a hernia belt from England. It provided her with considerable relief. Early morning, she would march off to the mandi to get her provisions, rice, atta, pulses, etc., wholesale, and occasionally I would accompany her. In this way, I learnt the names of different pulses and lentils, moong, urad, malka, arhar, masoor, channa, lobia, rajma, etc. But I've never been tempted to write a cookbook or run a ration shop of my own. I was quite happy cooking up stories, most of them written after dark, by the light of a kerosene lantern. BBG hadn't been able to pay the flat's accumulated electricity bills, and as a result, the connection had been cut. But this did not bother me. I was quite content to live by candlelight or lamplight. It lent a romantic glow to my writing life. And a lot of romance went into those early stories. There was the girl on the train in The Eyes Are Not Here, and the girl selling baskets on the platform at the Yuli, and romantic episodes in places as unlikely as Shamli and Bijnor, Pipal Nagar. However, as my intention is to give the reader a picture of Dehra, as I knew it, the stories in the collection are all set in Dehradun and its immediate environs. I was writing for anyone who would read me. It was only much later that I began writing stories for children. Some favorite places for my fictional milieu were the parade ground or Maidan, the Paltan Bazaar and its offshoots, the lychee gardens of Dalanwala, the tea gardens, the quiet upper reaches of the Rajpur Road, now transformed into shopping malls, the sal forests near Rajpur, the approach to Dehra by road or rail, and of course, the railway station, which is much the same as it used to be. When I was a boy, many of the bungalows, such as the one built by my grandfather, had fairly large grounds or compounds, flower gardens in front, orchards at the back. Apart from lychee, the common fruit trees were papaya, guava, mango, lemon, and the pommels, a sort of grapefruit. Most of those large compounds have now been converted into housing estates. Dehra's population has gone from 50,000 in 1950 to over 7 lakhs at present. Not much room left for fruit trees. Some of these stories, such as A Handful of Nuts and Living Without Money, were written long after I had left Dehra, but I think the atmosphere of the place comes through quite strongly in them. When a writer looks back at a particular place or period in his life, he tries to capture the essence of the place and the experience. During the 2 years I freelanced from BBG's flat, 1956 to 58, I produced over 30 short stories, a couple of novellas, and numerous articles of an ephemeral nature. I managed to sell some of the stories to the BBC's home service program: The Thief, Night Train at Deoli, The Woman on Platform 8, The Kite Maker, others to the Elizabethan Illustrated Weekly of India, Sunday Statesman. Over the years, a few have been lost. In India, rupees 50 was the most you got for a short story or article, but you could live quite comfortably on 300 or 400 rupees a month, provided your mode of transport was limited to the bicycle. Only successful businessmen and doctors owned cars. My stepfather was an exception. He was an unsuccessful businessman who used a different car every month. That was because, before leaving Dehra, he ran a motor workshop, and if a car was left with him for repairs or overhauling, oiling and greasing, he called it, he would use it for a month or two on the pretext
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.